Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the business news here on Midday Live. My name is Alfred Akanse. Let's go on to our first story this afternoon. Managers of the Ghana Interbank Payment System, GIPS, have taken some public sector workers through the transactions on the ECG payment platform. They dismiss claims that every transaction on the platform will attract a 5 cedis charge.
12 labor unions have rejected the rolling of public sector workers onto the ECG platform. They claim its introduction will wipe the meager earnings of workers. But at a news conference in Accra, managers of the ECG explained transactions through the platform.
With respect to we charging 5 cedis per transaction, that is wholly untrue. When you load your funds, you get charged a 50p. When you withdraw transaction cash from ATMs, you get charged a 50p. Otherwise, we do not have. And when you do transfers, the amounts are graduated and there's a max, but we do not charge 5 cedis for a transaction.
The unions again raised concerns that the introduction of e-voucher system by the Contract Accountant General's Department can operate without the ECG. But the Chief Executive Officer, Achi Hesse, says the ECG will rather complement operations by the e-voucher system.
But what I know about ours is that it's verified payments. In the nutshell, that's what the ECG is doing. So irrespective of whatever you have done in your business area, when it comes to ours and it comes to paying the individual, I can tell you whether there has been duplications or whether there are duplications in there or not.
So far, managers of GIPS have offered lances to 50 operators in Greater Accra to improve on their operations.
What we are doing is to sign up these people so they can serve you. We don't want our card holders to just go and queue at bank branches, but to actually go to these areas. So you would see ECG merchants popping up. We've signed them up. And luckily for us, quite a number of banks are indeed moving into the agency banking concept.
It's a universal bank.
The Public Utility and Public Service Workers Union has called on government to consider listing the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, on the Ghana Stock Exchange in a bid to revamp the ECG. Now, this was among some recommendations made after a joint meeting by workers of the company. Some 42 companies, if you recall, have submitted their bids to partner ECG in delivering services to Ghanaians. On May Day, President John Mahama assured workers of the Electricity Company of Ghana government does not have any intention of privatizing the company, but workers think otherwise. Let's get onto the telephone lines now and engage Kwame Bonzi-Kwe, who's the General Secretary of the Public Utility and Public Service Workers Union, who's journalist on the telephone. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Now, the Public Utilities and Workers Unions, PUWU, you want government to list the ECG on the Ghana Stock Exchange. What other means can the government avert that concession of ECG?
Please come again, please.
I'm asking specifically that you're proposing that government lists the ECG on the Ghana Stock Exchange. I'll find out from you how viable that particular option is.
Let me take this advantage to greet your good listeners, and then also the whole nation, Ghana. The option that you've picked is about a situation where you have to employ, if you think you have a problem, you have to employ the inner mechanism first. It is only when you are unable to identify assets or get the result, the required result internally before you can go out. And that explains why we want to give Ghanaians opportunity to also invest in the company than to go out there.
I see. Now, the ECG needs about $200 million annually to remain productive. And this according to what the MEDA boss, Engineer Rasafo, said some time ago. So if that is anything to go by, can we, I'm coming to a point. Can we raise that $200 million on the Ghana Stock Exchange within this period that the ECG needs this money to be able to stay afloat?
It's unfortunate. It's like we have no belief in ourselves. It's unfortunate. If not, why not? If not, why not? because we were all applauding when we got to know or realize that TOR has turned around to be very productive. BOS also have turned around. Did we use any external funds?
Well,
Did we? If anything at all, we have to explore our internal mechanism first before we go out there. Otherwise, then we are just making it look like we are incapable as Ghanaians,
Well,
as blacks.
I
So
know-
it's unfair.
well, I know you've been engaging government on this, but did you engage or bring up this option to and propose it to government before government started engaging MIDA on this?
You see, my brother, this issue is about state property on sale. It's about you and I, our property being put out there. Where would the profit go? So it is not like government is not aware, because earlier on, since last year, our position paper has been made public several times. And it's like nobody is listening. So we want Ghanaians to own this concern. Why would we have to sell all our properties as a state? Governments will come and go, but the state will be there. So therefore, why do we sell all our properties as a state?
No,
What is wrong with that?
but government has made it very clear. It's not an outright sale. It's a private participation in the management
My brother,
of the ECG
you
in
and
terms
I-
of. I'm coming to a point, Mr. Bonzi.
Okay,
There
okay,
is
Bonzi.
there is a technical and a financial plan that this whole concessionaire is going to bring into the ECG. And so, why do you want to describe it as an outright sale of the ECG, which is not really the case?
My brother, if you have a property and you give it out there for 25 years, what will be the lifespan of the machinery by then? What is it? The lifespan of the machinery by 25 years when we are giving back to you, what will be the state that will be giving back to you? Now, I earlier mentioned that
Okay.
what makes us as Ghanaians incapable of handling our own affairs? My brother, and I'm also saying that the property does not belong to government. The property belongs to
Right.
you and I as a citizenry. And therefore, we are calling on Ghanaians to prevent the sale of a state property this time around.
Right.
And because the property is very strategic.
Okay. Mr.
And
Bonzi.
therefore, we, the insiders, as workers, if I remember,
Okay.
we are Ghanaians first
Right.
before workers.
Great.
And therefore, we know what is happening out there or inside here. And we think that we are capable. Remember, one officer
Mr.
was
Bonzi.
removed and the whole workers were up in
Thank you.
arms
Mr.
because
Great.
he
Ms.
was
Bonzi.
preaching that we are capable.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Kwame Bonzi.
That is
Thank
about
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so
We are
much.
asking Ghanaians to
Okay, so
arise.
we'll see how government indeed consider that option of listing the ECG on the Ghana Stock Exchange. But that's it for business this